This video is sponsored by DraftKings. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got coming at you a UFC 311 main card breakdown. We got Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan and Murabdashvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Coming at you, baby. Let's get into the video. What up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's a new year, which means new matchups and all new action to keep you pumped up. I partnered with DraftKings for UFC 311 this weekend, and they are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5 when you sign up using my promo code Wonderboy. Stay in on the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered with live markets like Fight to go the distance, making watching the fights that much more exciting. UFC 311 is going to be nasty. You got co-main event, you got Murabdashvili versus the undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov, and then of course Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Talk about a main event right there. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. DraftKings is the one-stop shop for all things daily fantasy, where you can join in on all the fun and have the shot to win cash prizes. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's my promo code Wonderboy, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. All right, baby, let's get into the first fight of the main card. We got my man. I feel like this dude is fighting on every flipping card. The dude is so consistent and needs no introduction. My man, Kevin Holland versus Ritter, who is coming over from one championship where he did very well. I think he was a former champ over there. He's had one fight in the UFC, and he won by third round. I think it was a minute 44 by submission against Mearshart. But he's facing off against a tough Kevin Holland. Now, we all know Kevin Holland. This dude has got 14 wins by knockout, 8 wins by submission, and 13 first round finishes, and has fought some of the who's in the UFC, not just at welterweight, but at 185 as well. I mean, the dude's fought some heavy grapplers, some great strikers, Michael Venom Page, you know, he's fought Jacare Souza, Derek Brunson, some high-level grapplers. He needs no introduction. He's a very tough fighter, got great striking and good counter wrestling. Now, my man, Ritter, coming from the one championship era, this guy's coming into the UFC with high-level grappling. Now, Ritter has 4 wins by knockout, 12 wins by submission, and 10 first round finishes. Now, this dude is known as a grappler. His striking is okay, fairly flat-footed, but when he's getting hit, when he feels threatened, he's looking for the takedown. He's submitted some high-level guys over at one championship. He's got a win over Mearshart in the UFC, and he's got a tough match ahead of him this coming Saturday at UFC 311. Now, who do I got winning this fight? Now, if Ritter, if he can use his grappling, if he can close the gap, maybe him, Kevin Holland up against the fence, which we've seen him do in the past. If he can keep that top position on the ground, I think he can win the fight. I think he can go out there and submit it. That's easier said than done. Kevin Holland has got some of the best striking, one of the best strikers that I've faced in the welterweight division. The guy's got like an 81-inch reach. He's very tall, he's lanky, he's crafty, and not only that, but he's got some of the best counter grappling defense in the division as well. He's got really good reach, so he makes guys have to reach for the takedown. He gets those guys out of position, and he can use his reach whenever the guys shoot in to try to take Kevin Holland down. That's when he locks up the Darces. That's where he locks up the guillotines. So he's waiting on it. He's counting on Ritter to try to shoot on him so that we can use that counter wrestling to look for his submissions. Who do I got winning this fight? I think Kevin Holland's got more in the bank to win this fight. He's got the better striking. I think he can keep the fight standing. And if Ritter does look to take him down, he's got his counter wrestling. So I'm leaning towards my man, Kevin Holland. Let me know down in the comments below who you got winning this first fight of the main card. Let's get into the next. Number 2 fight coming up, we got number 9 ranked UFC fighter Beneil Dariush versus number 10 Renato Moicano. This is going to be a good one, guys. Both of these guys got great grappling. All right, let's just throw that out there. I do believe that this fight is going to go the same way Colby Covington and Kamaru Usman fight goes. Usually when you get high-level grapplers going out there fighting off against each other, the fight stays standing because neither one of these guys want to go down. They want to put themselves in that dangerous position because anybody could submit each other. So the fight usually stays standing. Now, I do believe Beneil Dariush has the slight advantage when it comes to the grappling part of the fight, and I do believe he's the craftier striker of the two. Now, my man Renato likes to keep his left side forward, and Dariush likes to keep his right side forward. So both of you guys are going to come out in an open stance. Whoever can keep that front foot to the outside of their opponent and let that backhand land will win the fight. You got the takedowns from there, you got your left or right hand from there, but you have to evade each other's power hands. And the way to do that is to keep that front foot to the outside. Now, if I'm looking at both of them, I'm going for my man Dariush because he's very heavy-handed. He's knocked some really good guys out. I do believe he is the better grappler of the two, so I'm leaning towards my man Beneil Dariush instead of Renato. Now, again, anything can happen out there during the fight. Now, pretty much everybody has said that Dariush has kind of washed out. He is the older fighter. I do believe he's my age, but man, I believe he's got the skill to go out there and beat Renato. Just because he's a little older doesn't mean he doesn't have the skills to do it, all right? And I say that more for myself than anybody, all right? Even though I'm 41, almost 42, I can still go out there and hang with the best of them. So I'm leaning towards the veteran, my man Beneil Dariush. On to the next. Third fight on the main card, the light heavyweight bangers, dude. We got Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. Definitely looking forward to this fight. Why, you say? Because both of these guys are high-level strikers. You're not going to see any grappling out of these two. You know, both of these guys have definitely been working on their grappling, their wrestling, but I think it's going to be a stand-up fight. They want to knock somebody out. They want to knock each other out, and of course, the winner of this fight, do it in a spectacular fashion, could be fighting for the title next. Now, Yuri Prochazka, he's got great striking, yes, but it seems to me like this guy is always getting hurt. No matter who he fights, at some point in time in the fight, he's getting hurt. Why, you say? It's because he fights with his hands down. His chin is sticking straight up, but somehow he gets the win. He gets the dub. Jamal Hill, I think, is the most explosive of the two. He's the faster of the two, and I do believe he's got better counter striking of the two. So I'm leaning towards my man Jamal Hill. Both guys great fighters. Now, if any one of these guys land a strike, a good one, they're putting each other out. They wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that power and that skill set. But I do believe Jamal Hill is the craftier fighter. He's got more in his arsenal to win this fight. Now, the thing is about Yuri Prochazka is that he fights with his hands down, so it's very difficult to see where his strikes are coming from. And I think that's one of the reasons why he does it. It's one of the reasons why I do it, why I keep my hands below the eyes. If I keep my hands here whenever I'm fighting you, you always know where my hands are coming from. Therefore, you always see them coming. But if my hands are down, floating around down here, most people look at the eyes whenever they fight, so they don't see where your hands are coming from. So that makes Yuri Prochazka very dangerous. You don't know where those strikes are coming from. He's got one-hitter quitter power, both guys do, but like I said, I do believe Jamal Hill can get Yuri Prochazka to bite and to sit down and throw to get him reaching, and when he does reach, that's when Jamal Hill can counter-strike him, landing his strikes and, of course, winning the fight. I do believe it's going to be a knockout. Not sure what round it's going to be in, but I'm leaning towards my man Jamal Hill. Moving on to the next fight. Let's get it, baby. All right, fellas, co-main event of the evening. Boy, this one's got me nervous, man. We got Merab Dvalishvili versus the undefeated 18-5 win streak. And I do believe he's cousin of Khabib Nurmagomedov, but it's Umar Nurmagomedov he is going to be facing this Saturday. Now, we all know Merab. Merab has got a gas tank. He loves to push the fight. Of course, I'm going to be cheering and hoping my man Merab wins the fight because he comes from Long Island, trains with my man Ray Longo at Law MMA, and of course, he's Team Weidman, so I will be cheering for him. Doesn't mean that he's going to win. The dude that he is facing is undefeated. Not only has he got great wrestling, but he's got some really, really beautiful striking skills as well. Very good counter striker, very explosive, lead leg stuff, side kicks, front kicks, teeps to the face. The guy is great everywhere. This is going to be probably one of Merab's toughest opponents today. Now, I would love to see my man Merab win this fight. In order for my man Merab to win this fight, he's going to have to throw feints, which is something you don't see a whole lot of, I guess, from him. He's usually just coming downhill, looking for the takedown, taking you down, making you get back up, just making it a grindy fight. Now, in order for him to win it, he's going to have to hem up Umar because he's a great mover, very hard to hit. You got to keep Umar's back up against the fence the entire time. You got to gain control of the center of the octagon and keep this guy backing up the whole time. Moving left, moving right, but keep him up against the fence. You're going to have to cut the cage off, all right? You're going to have to make it dirty boxing this guy up. Lay on him up against the fence, but you got to get to him. That's going to be the hard part. If you can get to him, Merab, and you can tire this guy out by doing the old route of GSP, lay on him, all right? Make him tired, which will slow down his movement, slow down his striking ability, and keep it going. Now, both of these guys got tanks for days, and I'm super glad that this is going to be a 5-round fight because it's going to test each other. Who's going to get tired first? And whoever's got the better cardio is going to win the fight. Now, Umar Nurmagomedov, he's got many ways to win this fight. He can win by knockout, and I do believe he's going to try to keep this fight standing. Merab is a great grappler, so I do believe that Umar is going to try to look to try to sleep him. He's going to try to do it in a phenomenal fashion, and he can do that very easily by fading back, letting Merab, I guess, try to shoot, get out of position, and in doing so, looking for the knee, looking for the overhand right, putting his hands and feet together. I do believe Umar can win this fight if he's got good counter striking abilities. If you can time him correctly, as Merab is coming in, boom, knee him, step back, boom, right hand or head kick. I think he can win the fight. Of course, we know he's great at keeping the distance, which means he's got good side kicks. He's got good Teep's ability, keeping guys at his range, and he closed the gap when he wants to. Now, if he can frustrate Merab, if he can keep him at bay and make Merab shoot from afar, he can look for these knockouts. Bro, at this point, it's a flip of a coin who's gonna win this fight. I want my buddy Merab to win it because I consider him family because he comes from Law MMA with Chris Weidman, but do I believe he can do it? What do you guys think? Who do you got winning this co-main event fight? We got the grappler versus the striker and the grappler. Oh my God, this is stressful. Anyway, you let me know in the comments who you got winning this fight. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Let's get into it. Next up, we got the main event of the evening, and dude, this is gonna be a barn burner, baby. We got Islam Makhachev versus Arman Tsarukyan. Islam being the champ. This is a title fight, and this is gonna be amazing. This isn't the first time that these guys have faced each other either. And I'm pretty sure Arman Tsarukyan was the first dude to ever take down Islam Makhachev in the UFC, their first fight. Bro, both guys are looking shredded and in shape. Tippity top shape leading up to this fight this Saturday at UFC 311. Now, in the first fight, Islam Makhachev had his left side forward and Arman Tsarukyan was doing a little bit of switching sides. They were both switching sides. I'm pretty sure Islam kept his right side forward and Arman Tsarukyan kept his left side forward, so they were both in an open stance and they were throwing some heavy shots. Now, of course, Arman Tsarukyan was testing out Islam's takedown defense in the first fight, the first round. Couldn't get the takedown right off the bat, and then Islam Makhachev hit him with a nice, I think it was like an over-under foot sweep, getting that top position, but Arman Tsarukyan ended up getting back to their feet. And of course, Arman giving Islam his first takedown, I guess, in that fight, in that first round. So yes, it was a grappling match, kind of back and forth with the striking, and I do believe that it's going to go the same route. They're going to test each other's striking. They're going to test each other's grappling. I hope to see more of a striking battle. I hope for these guys will be able to test each other because they both got great grappling. They both are high-level wrestlers, high-level grappling, and I want to see a stand-up bout. I would love to see Islam Makhachev go out there and head kick this dude just like he did Volkanovski. So I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard to pick against somebody who's been so dominant for so long in this division. Islam Makhachev, this is the guy that I'm going to be looking to win. But I do believe it's going to be a very tough fight. Going back, watching their first fight, it was a very tough one. Arman Tsarukyan definitely pushed the pace, kept him guessing, using his striking, using his grappling to test Islam Makhachev. Islam definitely came out with the W. Can he do it again? Because both of them, they know each other now. They fought each other. They test each other's grappling and striking. Who is going to win? I'm leaning towards my man Islam Makhachev for this one. Who you got winning this fight? Coming up at UFC 311. It's going to be awesome. No matter what, it's going to be fireworks. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Love y'all. Catch you next time. Peace.